Good morning, everybody. Monday morning and raining here. It's raining, windy, and I've actually been out to water the plants because I was ordered to by my son. They put plant food in, so they said they need watering as well as the raindrops. So I've now been a very good girl and done that today. Following on from the other videos. I'm going to jump straight through now to the court case, which was last summer, and it was a very hot summer, very hot. To be in a courtroom, crowded courtroom, and I know that after the first day, the judge gave people permission to take off their jackets, the men, if they so wished. The barristers didn't. Most of the others did. I was just in a skirt and blouse or an ordinary frock each day. So the court case went on for 2.5 weeks. It went on for two weeks, and then another 2 or 3 days of the third week. Then it was adjourned till October. Then we had to go back. And then thereafter, it wasn't until last March, that finally got the information that I'd actually won my case, and I had quite a big payout. But out of that payout, the insurers took 40%, which I wasn't happy about because it's usually, I've read up 25 to 30%. They've taken 40%. And bearing in mind also that my bank insured me for the first 50,000 of legal fees. Now, because I won my case, my lawyers are trying to claim back a lot of fees from the other side. So I'm hoping that that's going to mean some more compensation for me. And I'm hoping that because the last insurers only came in at the last leg, if you like, of this claim, I'm hoping that they drop their 40% down because of that. You know, this has gone on for 6 years, up until it was finished, 6 years. And it's a long time. And for the first few years, it was my bank who was picking up the tab. So that's the skeleton of the story. I've had my 60% check. Well, no, it's gone into my bank. And most of it is earmarked, spent, given our children over half, and put some away for Alfie for what he might need. If he needs a chair, if you're not going to purchase one for him, because that's going to be over 5,000. And although our funeral plot is paid for, the funerals still have to be paid for, so that money has gone put aside for that. And for myself, all I bought is the cooker, new cooker, and fridge freezer. The rest of the money will be spent, the kids, anything they need, and to get this house refurbished where it needs to be. and some of the plumbing work, etc., that needs to be attended to. So I won't have to worry about that. So the money will be gone. Gone with my blessing. My kids are really pleased, saying, you shouldn't have given us this much, but yes, I should. It's from their dad and me. So, and as I say, I don't keep money in my bank. I keep enough to keep me going, and that's all I need. Excuse me, somebody just come into the door. Sorry about that. It was Amazon. Is there anybody who doesn't have Amazon? Right, so that's the basic dinghy. So I will say that anybody who's thinking of taking somebody to court, you need to think very carefully whether you've got the strength and the stamina to withstand what you're going to be going through, because you will be going through it. And I can understand now when people are assaulted or raped, why they won't go through with taking it to court, because you are attacked and raped all over again. I can tell you, my experience for the first 2 days on the stand was, it was abhorrent. Even afterwards, my solicitor and my barrister were saying, it was just awful that they'd not seen an attack like that before by two barristers from the other side, male and a female, and I'll say this is going to run into another couple of videos. It's got to, because of all that happened. But partway through, I had one expert, and we knew he was always going to be the weakest link, if you like, because he agreed something in a meeting between the consultants, and then he was dithering and changed his mind back to how it should have been. He was working for me. So his evidence then in court lost a lot of credibility because of that dithering. And it was after he was on the stand that, we came out of the courtroom and we all met in a little side room to chat over how things had gone. And we were waiting for my barrister to come in. And he came into the room and he said to me, the barrister from the other side had stopped him and said, I don't usually do this, and I wouldn't usually say this, but do you want to give up now? And I looked at him and I said, we don't, do we? No. And he said, no, we don't. But, and we won. And, just how snake-like some of these people can be. But let's go back to day one. All of us sitting in the courtroom, their side, they had 2 barristers, 4 solicitors. My side, 1 barrister, 1 solicitor, 1 assistant. Their side, the doctors against whom I was bringing this claim. They're experts. One was a Sir somebody or other, who the barrister kept referring to him as Sir, let's say John, it wasn't John, Sir John. And, as though that would have any pull. And the others. And then there was the professor who's working in Australia now. He was on a link on the internet, so the screen was there. And I thought, you know, I've got all these people against me. What chance do I have? And then at the back on their side, there were other people who I didn't know, and there was a woman there, jet black hair, garish makeup, very austere looking, and high heel shoes. And I thought, my God, you know. But and then there was us. There was myself, my son, his partner, my two friends, Avril and Anne, and then in front my solicitors. So that was the courtroom. And of course there could be people, if they wanted to go in to listen, they could. So it was full and it was hot. And I don't think the air conditioning was working. Oh, it was just dreadful. The judge looked as you would expect a judge to look, a bit like Rumpole of the Bailey with glasses. He was a very nice man, and he appeared to me to be very meticulous and measured and assessing people. I liked him. That didn't help me though on day one and day two. When I got on, I was the first person on the stand, and the people, I wasn't expecting it. I wasn't expecting what happened. Had a great big file. You saw the folder yesterday. Well, the folder that I had in front of me was about 4 times that thickness, because it had everybody's statement in. And they were referring to different points and different parts that I had to go to. But when I got on the stand, I had to, you know, swear either on the Bible or otherwise. So I swore on the Bible, and then they began the other side with the first barrister, who was the most abhorrent, nasty piece of work you could ever meet. He was vile. And I'm not just saying that because he was against me. I can just imagine in real life, you know, how he would be. And he was disgusting. He tried to make me the person to whom blame should be attached when I was the victim. I was physically wilting away with the heat and everything and the pressure on that stand. But he battered and harangued, and it was like a rape, if you like. They had all of my medical records going right back to when I was first born, and they used everything they could in those records to try and make me look unstable. And I mean everything, you know, going back to my mother being divorced, my stepfather being an alcoholic, and what has this got to do with this medical case I'm bringing? Nothing, but that's how they were. And that went on for 2 days unremitting. And I want to come back to what their psychiatrist had to say about me. She was the lady who looked like a lady of the night, really. I'm not giving names, so it doesn't really matter, does it, in my opinion of her, but you know, the dyed, jet black hair, the austere look, the clothes, the high heels, you know, and there's a story to tell about that, which I'll come to in the next video. I've got the first bit out now it's as I say, it took 6 years to get to court, so it's going to be like another one video, maybe two. I don't want to pull you down with 2 long videos that you won't want to watch. So I'll be back with another one. I'm going to have my cup of tea and open my parcels, and I'll be back in a bit. Okay, bye-bye.